These are the people I work to serve, and I harmed them in the worst way possible. Again, I apologize.
Despite his emotional public apology Friday, Mohamed Noor has begun serving his 12-and-a-half-year prison sentence.
Noor's murder conviction, a rarity in the U.S., where a police officer is charged, convicted, and ultimately sentenced for murder stemming from an on-duty incident.
Tonight, we're hearing for the first time directly from the Hennepin County prosecution team that spent nearly 2 full years pursuing justice in the shooting death of Justine Ruszczyk-Damond. Here's Fox 9's Paul Bloom.
There is no case that we could find.
I'm not sure if she's having sex or being raped.
Where an unarmed 911 caller gets shot.
Prosecutors Patrick Lofton and Amy Sweezy giving us a fascinating glimpse inside their trial strategy.
It was immensely challenging.
From the research,
you will not find in Minnesota reported case law another situation where a court has departed from the sentencing guidelines requiring, in a murder case, a prison sentence and give probation.
To their presentation of a voluminous amount of video and physical evidence.
You all right? Yeah. Just keep your mouth shut until you have to say anything you like.
As well as their sometimes intense courtroom questioning of witnesses, including the defendant himself.
Jurors have to decide who was telling the truth.
It was a blueprint that produced a rare murder conviction of a police officer for an on-duty shooting.
The law is not whether the officer who is on trial felt fear. The law is whether a reasonable officer in the same position, using the phrase we heard so much of, the totality of those circumstances, would have acted the same way and used the force that the defendant in this case did.
The defendant fired his gun over the body of his partner. He did that in a residential neighborhood. He did that without saying a word. He did it despite the fact that Ms. Ruszczyk had not said a word. He did it despite the fact that nothing was in her hands besides a cell phone.
On Friday, Judge Catherine Quainton sentenced Mohamed Noor to 12.5 years in prison, bringing some closure to a painful 2-year legal odyssey.
This case has inflicted damage so vast and so far-flung on so many people.
The attorneys believe the trial hinged on 3 key factors.
1, the early testimony of veteran Minneapolis homicide detectives who told jurors something at the scene in one of the city's quietest and safest neighborhoods didn't add up, with an unarmed woman shot to death in her pajamas.
I think that cued them in as to where this was going.
2, the state's pair of expert witnesses who articulated how and why Noor was unreasonable in his assessment of the threat he and his partner Matthew Harity faced at the end of the alley.
That was obviously a very important moment in the trial.
And 3, the credibility of Noor himself on the stand, telling a story that Lofton and Sweezy insist just did not add up and differed significantly from Harity's version of events in the seat right next to him.
As far as what happened inside that car, we had the word of Officer Harity. And Officer Harity had said, as he said at the trial, he couldn't see the person. He couldn't make out man, woman, child. At best, it was a silhouette.
And what if Mohamed Noor had just come forward early on, before the Hennepin County Attorney's Office convened a grand jury, and admitted he made a tragic miscalculation in fearing a potential ambush? Would they have pursued murder charges?
You'd certainly have a very different case then. I think that potentially, if that had happened, it would be more in the manslaughter realm than third-degree murder or second-degree murder. But it would certainly be in the manslaughter realm.
And for anyone who believes that race or class had no place in this outcome, I need only point you to the words of Amy Sweezy, the prosecutor, when she said her whole blonde hair, pink t-shirt, that was a threat to you. Had it been my mother in that alley, Amy Sweezy would never have said her whole blackness, her hijab, that was a threat to you.
In the hours immediately before and after sentencing, Noor's family and supporters voiced their anger and frustration over what they claimed was a racist prosecution that turned the Somali immigrant into a scapegoat for shoddy police training. Sweezy and Lofton's response, not true.
The same set of facts, Noor's side, black victim at the end of that alley, as this case prosecuted, investigated as vigorously and tried as intensely as this one.
Absolutely.
In every way, shape, and form, yeah.
Do you think the result would have been the same?
Yeah.
Yes.
The primary concern of the jurors who heard the testimony in this case, when I spoke with them after the verdict, was, will there be changes? Change is needed.
At sentencing, Judge Quaintance described jurors who knew next to nothing about the July 2017 shooting of Justine Ruszczyk Damon at the start of trial, recognizing a troubled, perhaps even a broken system after their deliberations. Prosecutors, though, optimistic something positive will eventually come out of the tragedy for a community just beginning to heal.
So there are always opportunities to do better, and I think that hopefully one of the positive legacies that will come out of Ms. Justine Ruszczyk's death, and I know one that's very important for her family, is that there be change, and we're already starting to see that.
In Minneapolis, Paul Bloom, Fox 9.
Mohammed Noor's legal team tells Fox 9 they are disappointed in the 12-plus year prison sentence. They have concerns with the process, and they insist they are not done fighting for the former Minneapolis police officer. It is expected they will appeal Noor's conviction very soon.